What really ended one of wrestling's most glamorous power couples? After years of silence, Andrade has finally opened up about his divorce from Charlotte Flair, and what he revealed will surprise you. Stick around because the real reasons behind their split go deeper than anyone imagined. What really ended one of wrestling's most glamorous power couples? After years of silence, Andrade has finally opened up about his divorce from Charlotte Flair, and what he revealed will surprise you. Stick around because the real reasons behind their split go deeper than anyone imagined. What's up, Wrestlingverse family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most compelling stories from inside and outside the squared circle. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because you don't want to miss any of our deep dives into wrestling's biggest moments. Today, we're talking about Andrade and Charlotte Flair, a relationship that captivated fans worldwide, and the real reasons it came to an end. Before we get into the divorce revelations, let's rewind and talk about how this all began. Andrade, the incredibly talented luchador from Mexico, and Charlotte Flair, wrestling royalty and daughter of the legendary Ric Flair, seemed like the perfect match both in and out of the ring. Their relationship became public in early 2019, and fans immediately fell in love with them. Here were two of the most athletic, charismatic performers in the business, finding love while conquering their respective divisions. Social media was flooded with their photos, whether they were training together, traveling the world, or celebrating each other's victories. In June 2020, Andrade proposed to Charlotte in a romantic gesture that had the wrestling world buzzing. The engagement seemed to solidify what many fans already believed: these two were endgame. Charlotte shared the engagement news with her followers, and the outpouring of love and support was overwhelming. For the next couple of years, they navigated the challenges of being professional wrestlers in demanding schedules, different brands, and the constant pressure of performing at the highest level. But on the surface, everything seemed perfect. They supported each other's careers, with Charlotte often praising Andrade's incredible in-ring abilities, and Andrade being Charlotte's biggest cheerleader during her historic championship reigns. But as we all know, in wrestling and in life, things aren't always what they seem on the surface. Then came the news that shocked everyone. In early 2024, reports began surfacing that Andrade and Charlotte had quietly divorced. For a couple that had been so public about their love, the silence surrounding their split was deafening. Neither superstar made an immediate public statement, which only fueled speculation among fans and wrestling media outlets. The rumor mill went into overdrive. Some said it was the demanding schedules that drove them apart. Others speculated about career conflicts, especially with Andrade's move to AEW in 2021 while Charlotte remained with WWE. Social media sleuths noticed that the couple had stopped posting about each other months earlier. Wedding photos disappeared from Instagram. Public appearances together became non-existent. All the signs were there, but fans held out hope that maybe they were just keeping their relationship more private. But the truth was unavoidable. Court documents eventually confirmed what everyone feared. Andrade and Charlotte Flair had officially ended their marriage. For fans who had invested emotionally in their love story, it was heartbreaking news. The question on everyone's mind was simple but painful: what happened? What could possibly break up a couple that seemed so perfect together? And more importantly, would either of them ever tell their side of the story? Well, wrestling fans, Andrade has finally broken his silence, and what he's revealed gives us a much clearer picture of what really went down. In recent interviews, Andrade has been remarkably open and honest about the divorce, showing a maturity and vulnerability that's earned him even more respect from fans. First and foremost, Andrade has emphasized that distance and diverging career paths played a massive role. When he made the decision to leave WWE and sign with AEW in 2021, it wasn't just a career move, it fundamentally changed the dynamic of their relationship. Suddenly, they weren't just on different brands, they were in entirely different companies with conflicting schedules, different cities, and competing television tapings. While couples in wrestling have made inter-promotional relationships work before, the constant travel and lack of quality time together created a strain that became impossible to overcome. Andrade has mentioned in conversations that being apart more than being together eventually took its toll. In wrestling, your schedule is brutal. You're on the road 250 plus days a year, working weekends when most couples get quality time together. Now imagine your partner is doing the exact same thing, but for a different company. The logistics alone become a nightmare. But here's where Andrade's revelations get really interesting, and really honest. He's talked about how both he and Charlotte were at different stages in their careers and personal development. Andrade has spoken about wanting to establish his own legacy, separate from being known primarily as Charlotte Flair's fiancé or husband. In AEW, he found the creative freedom and opportunities to showcase his abilities in new ways. He wanted to prove he could be a main event talent on his own terms, carrying his family's lucha libre legacy forward. Meanwhile, Charlotte was, and still is, at the absolute peak of her WWE career. She's a multi-time champion, a WrestleMania main eventer, and arguably the greatest female performer in WWE history. Her focus was rightfully on cementing her legacy in WWE and reaching heights no other woman in the company had achieved. These are two incredibly ambitious, driven individuals with massive career goals. And sometimes, Andrade has suggested, two people can love each other but still find that their paths are pulling them in different directions. Andrade has also touched on something that many celebrity couples face: the constant public scrutiny. Every social media post was analyzed. Every public appearance was dissected. Fans and media created narratives about their relationship that didn't always reflect reality. He's mentioned that living in the public eye added pressure that made normal relationship challenges even harder to navigate. When you're trying to work through personal issues, having thousands of people commenting, speculating, and offering unsolicited opinions doesn't help. Perhaps most importantly, Andrade has been very clear about one thing: there's no bad blood between him and Charlotte. He's emphasized repeatedly that they have nothing but respect and love for each other, even if they're no longer together romantically. This wasn't a messy, dramatic breakup filled with betrayal or bitterness. According to Andrade, they both recognized that their relationship had run its course, and they made the difficult but mature decision to part ways amicably. They wanted different things, were heading in different directions, and ultimately decided that ending the marriage was the healthiest choice for both of them. Andrade has spoken highly of Charlotte's talent and work ethic, making it clear that his admiration for her as a performer hasn't diminished. And by all accounts, Charlotte feels the same way about him. So where are Andrade and Charlotte now? Well, both superstars are absolutely thriving in their careers, which seems to validate Andrade's suggestion that they needed to focus on their individual paths. Andrade has experienced a genuine career renaissance. After his time in AEW, he made a triumphant return to WWE, and he's been featured prominently on programming. His in-ring work has been consistently excellent, reminding everyone why he's considered one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. He's formed new alliances, had incredible matches, and seems genuinely happy both personally and professionally. The freedom to focus entirely on his career without the complications of a long-distance relationship appears to have reinvigorated him. There have also been reports of Andrade moving forward in his personal life, though he's kept those details mostly private, a stark contrast to how public his relationship with Charlotte was. As for Charlotte Flair, she continues to be one of WWE's biggest stars. She's added more championships to her already historic collection and remains a cornerstone of WWE's women's division. Charlotte has also been relatively private about the divorce, choosing to let her in-ring performances do the talking. She's posted occasional messages about personal growth and focusing on herself, which fans have interpreted as her way of acknowledging the divorce without dwelling on it publicly. Both stars have shown that sometimes the end of a relationship, even a very public one, can lead to new beginnings and renewed focus on personal goals. And there you have it, Wrestling vs. Family, the real story behind Andrade and Charlotte Flair's divorce, straight from Andrade himself. Distance, diverging career paths, personal growth, and the simple reality that sometimes love isn't enough when two people are heading in different directions. It's a mature, honest explanation that shows both superstars in a positive light. No drama, no scandal, just two incredibly talented people who shared a beautiful chapter together but ultimately needed to write their next chapters separately. What do you think about Andrade's revelations? Do you respect how both stars have handled this situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's have a respectful conversation about it. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe to Wrestling vs. CC for more incredible wrestling content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Share this video with your fellow wrestling fans who've been wondering about this story. Until next time, keep celebrating the art of professional wrestling, and remember, whether in the ring or in life, sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is know when it's time for a new chapter. I'll see you in the next one. This has been Wrestling vs. CC, and as always, stay legendary.